Coming up next on Good Taste.
Oh my gosh.
Time for a trip to barbecue heaven on the Panhandle Plains.
It's amazing.
From jalapeno cream corn to scratch-made mac and cheese with bacon.
We try to make sure that everything is really good, like my mom eats here.
Well, everything is really good.
And wait till you see the famous faces who can't resist this delicious barbecue. Plus, how to get more bang for your buck when shopping for beef.
Roast that looks exactly like a tenderloin.
And these pics will have Cab fans cheering in my wine finds. Then later, we're back for one more bite at a taste of Old Paris in the Alamo City.
It's perfect. Get ready to dig in. Good Taste starts right now. Hi everyone, welcome to Good Taste. I'm Tanji Patton. Here in the Lone Star State, folks will drive for hours to sink their teeth into a juicy, smoky bite of Texas Q. Up in the Panhandle, you'll find some of the best barbecue in the state. In fact, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from the legendary Route 66.
Baby got barbecue. Traditional Texas barbecue, that is. Even Sir Mix-a-Lot raves about it. More on that later. Rest assured, your taste buds will fall in love at this little bit of barbecue heaven in Amarillo. I'm talking mouth-watering ribs.
Yeah, that's great.
5 types of house-made sausage.
Fantastic.
And food so fresh, the restaurant sells out all the time.
It's delicious.
You might say Tyler's Barbecue is building a reputation almost as grand as Texas itself.
I read Texas Monthly, the barbecue issue, and I've wanted to try this place for a long time.
This story begins with owner Tyler Frazier and another Texas tradition, tailgating.
One of my buddies in the toy business, Matt Ayers, actually had a tailgate spot at SMU, and so I started tailgating with him for the home games and just hanging out, drinking beer,
fun.
burning food, watching all the pretty people walk around.
Tyler ended up at the right place at the right time. He filled in last minute for a TV segment. That helped him land a job working on a massive 18-wheeler barbecue grill, cooking at events all over the country.
We went from the Mississippi River all the way to the West Coast and all the mid to major markets. We cooked lunch for the Olympic team in Colorado Springs before they went to Beijing the first time, and that was super cool.
You've got an incredibly successful business. Anyone that Googles barbecue in Amarillo, restaurants in Amarillo, you're at the top of the list. Yeah, the top.
One of the things I think that helps us get good reviews is I come out in the lobby and I engage with people. And I try to make sure that what they're eating, that they're enjoying. And if they're not happy, if they don't have a happy look on them, I try to fix the problem right then. You can't talk enough about how much that helps.
During COVID, you said you had a hard time because you couldn't see the smiles.
I didn't realize that I was that attached to people, and after about 2 or 3 months, I was really depressed. I miss seeing people's smiling faces and watching them eat what we just worked really hard to make. You know, we try to make sure that everything is really good, like my mom eats here.
Well, everything is really good.
Some of the best pork ribs I've ever had.
I eat here at least once or twice, I'll say a week.
And you're also really big on the sides.
Absolutely. The jalapeno cream corn is a big seller.
Your mac and cheese is done from scratch. I mean, you're doing it the right way, the way a chef in a fine dining restaurant would make mac and cheese.
Well, it's because I like the food that way. One of the best pieces of advice that somebody gave me when I was first opening, they said, just make sure that you're happy with what you're cooking. Make sure that you like the things that you're putting out, and all the rest of it will fall into place.
Well, you're known for your ribs.
The ribs is one of the things a lot of people come in for, and they're disappointed when we run out, but you can only cook so many.
Speaking of those famous ribs, time for Tyler to share some of his secrets.
If you're cooking them at home, you've got to start with the same product every time. This is just a pork spare rib. It has everything on it. I like to trim these kind of in between a full spare rib and a St. Louis style rib, so it's kind of my own cut.
Okay.
And I've had carpal tunnel surgery, so I hold the knife a little weird when I'm doing this part. Now for me, after doing a few 100,000 of these, That's sharp enough that I can put enough pressure on it to get that to cut off.
Wow.
And then now we've cut the bone off on that one. We'll throw that in the trash. Then I'll strip the rib off here.
Right.
The next thing I'll do is I'll make sure that we've got this flap up right here, and I'll go ahead and trim this off. This is a coarse ground butchered blend pepper. So you want to put about that much black pepper on there.
Okay. So what's in your seasoning that you'll tell us?
The secret ingredient actually is granulated honey. It's good in coffee. It's good as a sweetener. It makes everything taste better. We rub it on about like this and just let it rub in. Once we let these sit, we'll go and put them out on the smoker.
This is the finished product. Look at that. Does that not look amazing? And you were telling me you have a way to tell when they're done that you don't temp them.
Right, we don't temp them. So basically what I do, the biggest rib on the rack is usually the third rib in, same one that I peeled when we were peeling the ribs.
Okay.
And basically you squeeze the rib right here, and when the rib starts to separate and it gets that right soft feeling, that's when you know that the ribs are done.
Good to know. All right.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yum.
I still love my job.
These are so dang juicy. Oh my gosh.
So is that a win?
That's a win-win.
Awesome.
Are you kidding? It's amazing. It's almost like barbecue has a cult following.
Absolutely.
You know, a real barbecue fan will travel hundreds of miles,
Right.
literally.
The first month we were open, we had people from Belgium, Spain, Germany, France, Italy, and we didn't even have a sign up. Like the building was still painted drab brown because I didn't have money for a sign or paint.
It's no surprise that Tyler has had some pretty notable guests come through the doors. The Bellamy brothers, Sir Mix-a-Lot, and the Fonz himself, Henry Winkler.
It would make you so happy to know that he is as nice as he looks like he is. I've watched every episode of Happy Days, and what you see is what you get. He is a super nice man.
Well, what do you think it is you like about the business? Is it the food or is it the people?
I love the food, but it's the people. I really get a lot out of the customers, and I think when you break it down, food brings people together. It makes everything work for us, and so that's really why I'm in the business, is for the people.
Well, you've done an awesome job. Congrats on your success.
Thank you very much, and thanks for coming to beautiful Amarillo, Texas.
Oh, we're loving it. Hang on to your appetite. We're coming to you now from the beautiful new Goya Kitchens, and I'm with the Executive Chef Fernando Deza, making a fun tapas dish, or this could be an appetizer, a snack, you name it.
So we're doing a whipped feta with roasted olives with a lot of sabor. Super delicious.
And easy, I love it, the best part. Okay,
Start it.
what do we do?
We got the Goya olives with pimientos, right? We're gonna add some garlic to it. So it's very easy, just mix all the ingredients. A little bit of roasted red pepper flakes.
Add a little bit of heat,
Lemon zest,
a lot of lemon zest.
some fresh thyme. You can help me out with some Goya soy and olive oil. So good. Finish with some Goya sea salt. Then we're gonna get the bread, add some olive oil, some Goya soy
This
and
is
olive
my
oil.
favorite olive oil. You will not find a
So
better olive oil.
Good.
In they go. Next up,
We get the feta, some sour cream, the garlic, lemon juice, cilantro, and then
and the magic
some
ingredient.
Goya adobo.
I love adobo. To the blender.
Whipped feta's ready. Now we're gonna get some of the olives.
Oh, they smell amazing.
Oh, tastes even better. Put it random over here, nice and crunchy. And get some fresh thyme. Turn around it. There you go.
Looks absolutely amazing. Too good to just have one. And these olives are noteworthy.
It's from our plant in Seville, Spain, where we make all our olive oils so good. So good.
Delish. We have the recipe online. Thank you. Those olives were incredible. Still to come,
We're uncovering a smoked meat that's hard to beat.
Just
look at that.
awesome flavor. So.
Amazing. More good taste is coming your way next.
Sysco, at the heart of food and service.
Time for my Wine Finds rodeo fans. We rodeo in Texas all year long, but in celebration of rodeo season, say hello to a fantastic Cabernet simply called Ride. Such a fun story behind this wine. The winemaker is a lady named Remington Remy Jurgensen. And yes, she's from Texas. She has an impressive resume and worked for one of my wine stars, Rajat Par. This wine's fruit comes from the hallowed ground of Howell Mountain, so you know it's going to be good. Worth every single penny. The Ride Cabernet is $39.99 a bottle. Up next, who doesn't love bread and butter, right? The wine, that is. Well, you've likely heard of their popular Chardonnay. Now, make room for their Cabernet. Luscious dark fruit on this one with flavors of vanilla and a hint of spice. An easy drinking Cabernet at a very easy price of only $14.98 a bottle. Up next, a wine that always makes me think of sunshine, a zesty Sauvignon Blanc. This is the Dry Creek Fumé Blanc from beautiful Sonoma. This wine never spends time in oaks, so it's bright and refreshing with citrus flavors like lemon, lime, and grapefruit. This wine pairs nicely with seafood, Thai food, and sushi. Not to mention, it's great all by itself. The Dry Creek Fumé Blanc is about $11.98 a bottle. As always, I found every single one of my wines right here at H-E-B. Looking for something special for Valentine's, but money saving? Well, you're in the right place right now. We are thrilled to be in the Sysco Corporate Kitchens, which, by the way, are in Houston. This is a local Texas company, and I'm with the global executive chef, Neil Doherty. A lot of people may not realize Sysco is Texas born, right?
Yes, this has always been the corporate headquarters, and it came out of here. Yeah, this where they put multiple companies together as a co-op, and this is our home base, and it has been.
All right, and we're doing something great. This is perfect for Valentine's Day or any special occasion, or maybe if you just have a big family to feed.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a strip loin,
which you can buy at Costco, Sam's of the world, but H-E-B as well.
Yes, we're going to break it down into a roast that looks exactly like a tenderloin.
It does. This is this.
And that is that.
All right.
So there's always a big fat piece at the back, so we're going to take that off, right? And then we're going to start trimming the fat off.
Trim away.
And we're going to take it, and we're going to look down the center, and we say, okay, that looks good. And we're going to cut it down the center.
Right.
So we're going to take this little piece off here to round it off because we want that tender look.
Because we eat with our eyes, right?
Yeah. That's exactly. The old butcher trick is, if you're doing it at home, is to trim it after you cut it. Much easier. And you just cut your steaks like this, as thick as you want, and this will look exactly like a filet mignon.
Look at that. Exactly.
Exactly like a filet mignon, and for a fraction of the price.
So you could break this down, cut it, and even freeze what you're not cooking right away.
So as long as you purchase the meat fresh, you can do exactly that.
Another way to save money is with salmon. We love salmon, but you run out of ways to cook it, right?
Actually, it's America's favorite fish. So, you know, with Valentine's around the corner, we wanted to look at something that wasn't beef-driven. Pescatarians are really big, but also flexitarians will eat it, and pretty much meat eaters will eat it, right? So this goes around for everybody. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a play on this with a Russian dish called a salmon couleback.
I have not seen this before.
What we've done here is we've taken the salmon fillet, and we're going to have rice, we're going to have spinach, we're going to have eggs, we're going to have dill, and we're going to build it out Wellington style with puff pastry.
I love that.
We're going to take this fillet off here, so we're going to start here, and we're going to go here, and I'm going to take the whole fillet off to the bottom here.
Okay. Chef, so while you know how to fillet a whole salmon, we can buy them just like this, right?
Exactly. Because I want it nice and linear, I'm going to cut it in half right along the line. So right around here, we'll cut this nice piece off. And this will make another one with the tail clip put underneath. So this will give us technically 4 of these coulebacks per fillet.
Wow, you're using the whole thing.
Use the whole fish. So, puff pastry sheet.
All right.
We started with leftover rice, spinach. So we're going to season this, and we put our salmon fillet down. Now, we got some fresh dill. Salmon's favorite accompaniment, to be honest with you, right?
Yes, I agree.
So then we're going to lay the eggs down all the way along it. Okay, so now we've got it folded over. We're gonna egg wash it, and if you don't mind, do the honors of hitting it with a little salt for
A
me.
little more.
Okay, great. I'm gonna stick this in the oven.
All right. And voila.
And voila.
Look how beautiful. Well, Chef, this is amazing. So we have everything you need to know, money-saving and amazing dishes on our website. Chef, an honor as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, can you say ooh la la?
This is kind of Paris in San Antonio for us.
But first, we're learning a seasoning secret your taste buds will love.
It's so good. Get ready for a heavenly barbecue feast next.
Get social with us. Follow us on Instagram at Goodtaste TV. Good Taste with Tanji is brought to you in part by H-E-B.
Grab that appetite because you're in for a treat. Look at that. Delicious, beautiful meat smoking here. We are at Black's Barbecue in Lockhart, Texas, celebrating 90 years of the Black family at the original Black's here in Lockhart. And we're doing, I would call this kind of an herb smoked lamb. It's not like your typical racks of lamb, right? Because it's not as expensive.
Exactly. I love rack of lamb, but of course can't afford it all the time.
Exactly.
And so there's so many other great cuts of lamb that are available to you if you just know a few little tips and tricks along the way.
Okay.
Lamb shanks are one of my favorite. It's easy, there's not a whole lot of prep involved. Cutting, you buy them just like this from your butcher. And if you're buying American lamb, you're gonna get that great clean flavor, which is that hint of lamb that everybody loves without being too gamey.
Yes, and you've got a fun little hint we're going to share with everyone about adding a little bit of herbal essence, right?
That's right. And so, like anything I cook, in the beginning when I'm doing a long, slow cook, I season it very simply, which is mainly salt and pepper. And this is our dry rub that has mainly salt and pepper and maybe a couple other little things in it.
Secrets,
That's
obviously.
right. That's right. So you just want to coat all sides of it, both of these. And then this skin, it's not like, you know, a brisket fat or anything like that. It will tighten up on you and can get tough. And that's where that special herbal flavor starts to come from. You know, you can get a basting brush and just baste it with just any kind of oil or anything like that, but just to take it up a notch for that herbal flavor, we've created our own basting brush out of
love this. Yes.
rosemary and thyme. If there's some other herbs you just want to bundle together, it's a perfect little mop. And you just mop it on there. And we do this before we cook it, and then we're going to do it about every 30 minutes while we are cooking it. So that way this outer skin gets nice and crispy and flavorful and not tough and chewy on us.
So they're off the smoker and ready to go, right?
That's right. Yeah, we've got a beautiful color on them.
Look at that.
And that skin and that fat on the outside is rendered perfectly. And we've rendered down the inside of that meat. All that connective tissue is broken down where that meat is just super tender and juicy, and that collagen just turns to butter and just
look at that
awesome flavor. So,
amazing. And again, how long did you do this?
This is about 3 to 4 hours, 275 degrees. We were basting it with that herb oil about every 30 minutes, so it just get that outside a little bit of flavor.
It's so good. You know, you see these a lot with sauce. This is just divine by itself.
That's right. That's why I love cooking it with just salt and pepper, and so you get that meat just perfectly, and then you can put your own spin of a sauce or anything afterwards, but it's got to be great on its own.
It's absolutely delicious. We'll have all the tips online. Happy 90th anniversary to the original Blacks in Lockhart. Cheers.
Cheers.
Some restaurants are so good, you can't wait to go back. That fits this next spot perfectly.
This brilliant brasserie rests near the beautiful San Antonio River.
This is kind of Paris in San Antonio for us.
Congratulations on the success of this restaurant. It's become the toughest ticket in town to get.
All the details, even down to the tile floor, it's stunning. But then there's the food.
The star of the show here, this amazing French raclette. Or try this unforgettable bronzino, an irresistible fish.
It's perfect.
Like its owners, Mon Chou Chou oozes French charm. And while it truly is authentic, it's not at all stuffy, just comfortable and inviting. It's a whirlwind romance of delightful dishes where you can savor the flavors of France. The delicious eats here might just leave you at a loss for words.
That is cargo. love it, man. Oh, pardon my French.
You'll love it too, even if you don't speak French. A visit to Mon Chou Chou, and you won't forget Paris. You'll just realize it's a lot closer to home than you think.
I love it, Mon Chou Chou.
It's phenomenal, phenomenal.
Au revoir, Mon Chou Chou, until we eat again.
Cheers.
We love to share good taste. Head to our website at goodtaste.tv, where you'll find delicious recipes from top chefs, my latest wine finds, and restaurant recommendations. Plus, you can see all our episodes right here. Don't forget, sign up for our newsletter while you're there. When visiting Houston, the Good Taste team loves to stay at the beautiful Royal Sonesta.
We love sharing good taste with you every single weekend. For more, head to our website at goodtaste.tv. That's where you'll find the recipes from today's show. And don't forget, follow us on Instagram at goodtastetv. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here next week. Cheers to good taste. I've cured it with tequila before.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, it's good.
That's it. Some tequila for the salmon, some for you.
Sometimes. All right, I'm going to immolate you.
There you are. So,
well, and fat is flavor.
Fat is flavor, but too much is cholesterol.